Good morning, lovelies. So, Renee here, and I just got my Amazon package. I know it seems like a weird way to start off our video, but as much as I was laughing about it, my my spirit gave me a message through it. And this is how I received my daughter's new jeans. And I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Amazon's packaging is so cute. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, you know." And then my spirit said transparency is key. And I was like, transparency is key. You know what? That is true. And it said, go tell the message. So here I am, fresh out of bed. This package got delivered at 6:30 in the morning. It's now only 7. I have a few minutes before I have to start getting her ready for school in these nicely transparent jeans. And you know, it's so important to be transparent about our wants, transparent about our goals, not just with those around us, but with ourselves. Okay? Because we have all of these dreams and aspirations that we're waiting to come to us. We're waiting for them to be manifested into our reality. But the truth is, if we're not transparent about what they are, if we're overshadowing what they are, then how does God, or again, your whoever your belief system is, the universe, how do they know what to give us? Okay? If they don't know what we want, then if there's no clear cut direction to go in, then it's just left open to interpretation by whatever's in your mind, whatever way you're living. That's what's going to keep on coming because there's no transparency there as far as what your wants and goals are. So we have to start being very intentional and very transparent about what we want. And I'm not talking about living in the I wish I had, I would like to have, I one day I want. No, we have to make it present. Put it in present tense. Because if you put it in present tense, it shows you already have it. It shows you already know it's coming. You already know it's yours. And you are claiming it. You are receiving and claiming it. And you already know you don't have to say you wish, you want. You already got it. You don't have to use any of those words. One good way of doing this is through scripting. And scripting is where you write basically like a letter, not necessarily to yourself, but to whoever you want to thank for these things coming to you. So let's say you might start off the first line with "Dear Universe, dear God, dear whoever you're thinking in that moment, whoever it is, even if it's an author of a book that you read that really was eye opening and brought and is going to bring you to another level or has brought you to another level. So you want to start, in my case, I would write "Dear God" in this particular case because I am Christian, me personally. Um, Dear God, thank you so much for bringing me out of whatever situation you're in, or for all the blessings that you've given me. Then you start listing them. I have, I live in a beautiful villa in East New Hampshire. This is This is completely just hypothetical. I'm just throwing stuff off the top of my head. Pre-coffee. I have a gorgeous villa in New Hampshire. It's my dream house. I'm making 7 figures. My bank account is always overflowing. I drive my dream car, which is da 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 da. Well, you guys probably get it. You write down all the things that you're grateful to have, and you also want to write down how they make you feel. Okay, you know, it makes me feel an overwhelming sense of joy that I've accomplished this. I wake up every morning in my dream life and it feels amazing. I can't believe I'm able to help my family accomplish blah 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 blah. I'm so grateful to have been able to move my sibling into a better situation, because it's not all about ourselves. Let's not forget that. And once you start being very transparent about where your path is heading, not where you want it to go, but where it is going, because again, we're living at the present. Once you become very transparent about where you're headed, what you have, what you're going to have, what is coming to you, and you show your gratitude and you're living in the feeling of really receiving and having that already, and you have your mind focused on this amazing feeling inside from accomplishing your dreams, now we have a clear-cut path to go on. Now we know what needs to come to us. The universe, God, whoever can bring those things to you. It has a clear direction. Okay, this is what Sally wants. So this is what we're putting in the path. This is what we're sending out, because they're just waiting. They're just waiting to hear our wants. They already love us so much. And they're just waiting to give us exactly what our heart desires. But if we're not speaking up, much like a child who doesn't give a Christmas list or who doesn't give a birthday list, you don't know what to give them. You might, but if you're one of those people who really need to be able to pinpoint what someone actually wants, you're not going to know what to give this child or what to give this friend if they never say anything, if they never speak up, or even hint to, wow, I really like this. You're going to be confused. You're just going to end up giving them whatever you think. And while they'll be grateful, it doesn't quite align with what their passion is. And the same goes for us. If we are not intentional and transparent with what we want out of our life, there is no clear-cut path for the blessings to come to us. There's no clear-cut path for what blessings should come to us. So always focus on exactly, be very specific. Be very, very, very specific. If there's a color you want, if there's a size, be specific. Okay? Get down to the nitty-gritty of actually envisioning this as your being. If you want your house to be a certain shape roof and this color flowers in the yard and this specific plant, be very specific. Okay, the more specific, the better. It's not being picky, it's not being choosy, it's being very specific and knowing your wants and your goals. If we don't know our wants and our goals, and if we cannot speak up and actually show our wants and our goals, then we're not going to get anywhere. We can't leave everything broad in general. Okay? If we leave things always broad, general, and we're only looking at a big overall, even though we know that there's a specific point in this picture that we really, really want to aim for, then we're just going to get the broad picture. Oh, I want a house. Okay, well, you're gonna have a house, and it's probably gonna be in some really weirdo neighborhood with strange neighbors, and maybe it's gonna be not in good repair, but you said a house. So I gave you a house. You didn't say what kind of house you wanted. That's not what we want. We don't want random. We don't want general. We want specific. Always aim to give specifics. The more specific, the better. The more detailed, the better. Because then we can get exactly what we're aiming for. And that really goes with anything in life. Any goals you have, any plans you have. Yes, you can write down the broad, but under that in the subcategories, write down and map out each specific detail and step you have to take. And that's important, whether it's a job, whether it's to cook dinner, whatever it is, you have to know the details. Because going to the basic of cooking dinner, you can say, okay, I want to have steak tonight. And you go buy this steak. One, your job isn't done when you buy the steak. You still got to cook the steak, obvi. Two, okay, yeah, you can get the steak and cook it, but how are you cooking it? Are you going to stick it on a stick and hold it over the fire? Are you going to put it in the oven? Are you going to fry it in a pan? Okay, we decided we're going to fry it in a pan. With what? Are we just going to put it in there dry and hope for the best? No, you got to add a little oil. And apart from that, wait a second. Now that I have this steak sitting in the oil, frying in this pan, and I go to eat it, you know what? I got exactly what I asked for. I asked for steak, and I got steak. It don't taste like nothing, but you know what? It tastes like steak. You know why? Because you forgot all those little minor details. The type of seasoning you want to use, the flavor you're trying to get out of this steak, the exact level that you want this steak to cook to. These are all the minor details you got to use in every aspect of your life. It doesn't just apply to cooking. It applies to your job. It applies to your finances. It applies to what you're going to put on. It applies to what house you want to live in. It applies to what car you want to have. Every area of your life this applies to. So it's not enough to say I want a house. You have to specify how many floors do you want in this house? How many rooms do you want in this house? You know what a very important one is? How many bathrooms do you want in this house? Because if you live with more than one person, man, listen, that one bathroom life is not working. I don't know what I'd do. I mean, let me not be picky. I can go back to the one bathroom life, but I don't know what I'd do if I had to go back to the one bathroom life. Because there are too many kids here. There are too many. We are a family of 7. Like, one bathroom is not working, especially with 2 teenage girls and a teenage son who just acts like he want to let. One bathroom is not working. So make sure you know how many bedrooms you need, how many bathrooms you need, how many floors you want, what kind of rooms you want. If you want a gaming room, an office, a den. If you want a movie theater in your house, that is an awesome thing to have. My gosh, nice little movie chairs. You sit down, have movie nights. What? Be so specific. Talk about the colors your rugs are going to be if you're into rugs. I'm not into rugs. My husband's into rugs. But talk about the color your rugs are going to be. Talk about what's going to be in your yard. Talk about how many cars your garage can have. What kind of yard are you going to have? What kind of trees? What things are you going to put in your yard for you to really flourish and that bring you joy? What kind of patio do you want? Is it going to be birchwood? Is it going to be tiled? Is it going to be stone? Get specific. What shape is your pool going to be? Get specific. Whenever you're talking about manifesting and thinking through your dream life and laws of attraction, you have to be specific. Write down every little detail that comes in your heart. Every little detail that's going to bring you joy and make you say, yes, I have made it to the point in life that I am looking for. I have got everything my heart has desired. But you will not get there without being specific, without being transparent about exactly what you want. Even if it's a car, if you want wood grain, black leather, gray leather, what do you want? What do you want? You can even take it a step further. It doesn't have to be all about you. What do you want for your kids? What do you want for your family? Yeah, your kids are going to have their own dreams, aspirations, manifestations, blessings, but you are still allowed to say what you want for them. You are still allowed to have goals for them as their parent. You're allowed to have goals for your family members, for your friends, if those are parts of where you want to help. You're allowed to have goals for your community. These are all things that are okay, but you have to be specific about what you want, intentional about what you're going to do with this dream life that you're receiving. Be intentional about what you're going to do with this wealth that you're receiving. Be very specific. All of these things matter when it comes to knowing what you're going to get, and for the universe to know what it's going to give you, so you can know what's coming out. Whew, sun's coming out for real now. I don't think I have any other ways to say it, to be honest. But just always live open, honestly, transparent, specific, intentional. Okay? I'm not gonna drag this out. It's getting late. This little girl's still sleeping in her bed. Love you guys. We will talk later. We will talk soon. Have an amazing day. Go out there and live your most transparent, specific, authentic, and intentional life. Bye.